Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your January 2022 general readings. We're looking at the first half of January from the 1st to the 15th, the first 2 weeks of a brand new year. And this reading is for the air sign of Libra. Welcome, everyone. I hope you all had a great Christmas, and we are looking forward to a brand new year. I am recording these in the last 2 days of the old year, but we are looking at the first 2 weeks of the new year. Thanks for being here, for taking the time to watch this video, and for all that you do in support of my YouTube channel. Your likes, shares, subscribes, donations, feedback, comments, reaching out for personal readings. As always, it is greatly appreciated. Thank you. So this reading is for the air sign of Libra for the first 2 weeks of January 2022. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Libra. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Libran. Of course, it'll resonate a little differently for everyone. It's a general reading, so watch all of your signs for any additional insight they may provide. And if you find that something does resonate with you enough that you'd like to reach out for a personal reading for yourself, take a deeper look at something, or as a gift for someone else, you can click on the description link below, that little arrow where you'll see my email address, maggie1maguire@gmail.com. Feel free to email me directly. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I can usually respond within the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings in all areas of life. And again, keep in mind the 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at all the main areas of life for the next 6 or 12 months, which you can, of course, order any time of the year. But a lot of people like to do them this time of the year as we're headed into a new year, so something to think about. Okay, Libra, let's see what the first 2 weeks of January 2022 look like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. We begin with a little quiet reflection with the Hermit card here. What do monks, monastics, hermits do? They withdraw, even if it's just temporary, from the normal day-to-day distractions of the minutiae and noise of our life in order to seek out wisdom, guidance, advice, kind of draw on our life's experience that we've already learned moving forward in order to find an answer, find illumination and guidance. It may be if some of you aren't actually taking some time off, you just might be having some quiet time, maybe not socializing quite as much. And this is usually focused on a specific thing. Let's see what comes with the Hermit. Temperance. It's also another fairly spiritual card. Temperance is about finding and maintaining your center, knowing who you are, what you're about, what is truth for you, what is true and right for you, and kind of finding ways to keep your balance. It's about being centered and grounded and patient in that. But it's not a static process. A lot of people look at temperance as, oh, it just means being balanced and patient. But it can be fluid, even though your feet are supposed to stay grounded in the center of whatever it is you know to be your core truths in life, right? Temperance is about being in the middle of a seesaw or teeter-totter, and that center is where you can keep your balance, even though the arms, which represent things you can't control, external people, places, circumstances, sometimes your own emotions, if you leave where you know your basic truth is to kind of involve yourself in that, that's where you lose your balance, right? So temperance is about finding and maintaining your center, which the Hermit is all about too. It feels like you're trying to figure out if something is right for you or not, Libra. Next, we have the Ace of Wands. Aces represent the number 1, so the start of something new, a new path, a new opportunity. Wands is governed by the element of fire, so this would be a beginning that holds, you know, the beginning of a new path full of fire, which is passion, desire, enthusiasm, creativity, inspiration, excitement. With the 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment card. The 9 of Cups is one of the wish fulfillment cards. It's a card that represents getting everything you want, your cups overflowing with abundance. It's more of a decadent, visceral sense of getting everything you want. It's not the 10 of Cups, which comes after it. The 10 of Cups is having that, plus that mental and emotional and spiritual feeling of everything kind of coming together, especially with home and family. More of a connection to love and spirituality and wholeness. In the preceding card, the 9 of Cups, it represents getting everything you want. It's kind of the lottery card, but there's always a bit of cautionary energy with the 9 of Cups, you know, about being careful what you wish for. You might get it and then find out it's really not everything that you thought it was going to be. It's still a great card. It's one of the wish fulfillments. It may be, Libra, that many of you are considering something which, at least on its surface, appears to hold a great deal of abundance should you begin on a path towards it. Maybe trying to figure out if it's right for you or not. Whether it's unclear yet what area of life this is in. It might be money, finance, property, job, that practical earth energy stuff. It might be relationship issues or something else. Next, we have the sun, light, love, warmth, laughter, and uplifting and illumination, a loosening or lessening or negating of restrictive energies, heavy energies. And the sun, everybody feels better when the sun comes out. It's kind of, recovery after illness, lightness after dark. It does imply that perhaps there was some difficulty prior to this, because the sun brings illumination as well, meaning a sense of knowing. With the Knight of Wands, in my opinion, the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords are the fastest of all of the Knights. This is the Knight of Fire. Knights have a mission, a quest, and the Knight of Fire tends to move forward very aggressively, really focused on something. They can represent offers and opportunities for change. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus for the first half of January, Libra, is the Seven of Cups. This is a card of looking at the possibility and potential of what something might hold. It's not a terribly practical card. It's more of a building castles in the sky, fantasizing, daydreaming. Each of the Seven Cups is full of what is the possibility or potential of something, like the most perfect thing that something could be, or the way that something could work out. I'm going to pull one more for that. The Four of Cups, an offer or opportunity that's being presented for you, but you're not quite sure if it's something you should take or not. It looks good. It looks like it might hold all kinds of possibility and potential, which I think is what the Ace of Wands and Nine of Cups is here. But in the beginning, there's this contemplative energy of, what is right for me? Usually taking a new offer or opportunity means closing out something else. And so you have to make a decision as to whether that's best for you. So let's clarify. Let's clarify that Seven of Cups and Four of Cups for the overall energy and focus. The King of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. It might be you. It also might be somebody else, another air sign that's relevant here, or that's making the offer. The Hanging Man. The Four of Swords. These are both cards of kind of like that Hermit, of taking a step back, not making decisions just yet. The Hanging Man doesn't take action. He doesn't pursue. There's no aggression here. There's no movement forward. He's hanging upside down because he wants to gain knowledge. It's typically a transitional, temporary card. You're watching something playing out, and while you're doing that, you're gaining different perspective, maybe new perspective, different knowledge or information, because you're waiting to see how something plays out before you make a decision or take any action. And the Four of Swords is very similar. It's a card about temporary withdrawal from some kind of conflict or challenge of some kind, to rest, recuperate, maybe try and gain a different perspective or consult with someone. So yeah, there's an offer or opportunity in front of you. Again, it's not clear what area of life this is in yet. It's a general reading. It might not be clear. And it also might mean that for those of you watching this video, it might be an even mix of different areas of life for those of you. Let's clarify Temperance. The card of balance, trying to maintain balance. Again, it feels like you're trying to figure out if this is the right thing for you, because it's going to require change. The Emperor and the Nine of Swords. I never like seeing the Nine of Swords. It's a card of obsessive worry and focus, usually in a negative way. And this usually shows up when somebody is in fear of an unknown future. What if this happens? What if this doesn't happen? What if I do this and then that happens? Or what if I do that and this doesn't happen? Or what if I don't do anything and then this happens, you know? The Emperor is a card about responsibility. You know, the Emperor has a collection of kingdoms to run. All the kings and queens answer to him. One might say that he kind of sums up all the character traits of all the kings and queen. It's about being responsible, controlled, accountable, disciplined, perseverance, making a decision based on the greater good rather than just on one particular aspect of something, because the Emperor understands that every decision he makes affects the people in his empire. So, you know, regardless of what his emotions tell him, he has to make a decision that's best for the greater good, because, you know, he lives in a world where the planes, trains, and buses need to run on time. Everything needs to be, you know, in its proper place. So again, I feel like there's a fair amount of stress and anxiety over whether this is the right thing for you to do or not, whether it's a responsible thing for you to do or not. The Nine of Swords does indicate there's a bit too much focus, obsessive focus, that's fear-based or fear-driven, so you can cut that down. It's actually about opening yourself up to your true intuition, connection with the divine. Some people call it gut instinct, higher self, to know what's the best thing here. Let's clarify the Ace of Wands. New beginnings, new opportunities. The Five of Wands, conflict, internal conflict, external conflict. This can represent conflict within yourself, conflict with people in your environment. Temperance again, and Judgment, major important crossroads energy. Whatever choice you make will probably have a significant lasting impact on your life, which means that if you choose not to do anything different or new, that's probably just what you're going to be kind of staying in for quite a long time. If you choose to make a different decision, choose a different path, maybe take a new opportunity, it'll potentially change your life path. What I'm seeing here again is some conflict about whether or not it's the right thing to do. Let's clarify the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, cups overflowing, indulgence and decadence. The Four of Cups, again, an offer being made, not sure, looking at it, not sure if you should take it or not. The Seven of Cups, again, it does hold a lot of promise or potential, or you're looking at it, or it's being presented as that. Although one must be cautious with the Seven of Cups because it's purely emotional, building daydreams, castles in the sky kind of energy. Is this offer, does what this offer looks like it promises, is it really true? Does it really hold this much promise or abundance? Again, a sense of uncertainty. But here at the end, or around the middle of the month, we do have that Sun and the Knight of Wands. It feels like you move really quickly, or something causes you to move really quickly, or events are happening quite quickly. Let's clarify the Sun. The Ace of Swords, the epiphany, a new realization, the truth becoming clear, illumination, which is also what the Sun provides. So the Sun, which is Major Arcana card, clarifying the Ace of Swords, which is success that comes from seeing things as exactly what they are, a new perspective. This is like a big wake-up call. This is like the light bulb really blazing over your head. Aha, I see it. The Eight of Cups and the Hierophant. So the Eight of Cups is leaving behind something which ultimately is unfulfilling, or it's run its course. The Hierophant is convention, tradition, the prescribed path, doing the same thing large groups of people do. It's like institutional energy, corporations, big companies, universities, institutions, hospitals, religions. You know, everybody kind of, a large group of people. It's the convention, the norm. A large group of people all kind of kind of geared, moving into the right direction. This could be bucking the system or bucking some kind of convention or pushing back, leaving some kind of conventional path. It's as if you have this huge wake-up call and you're like, no, I'm gone, I'm leaving. I'm doing something unconventional. I'm leaving something that was conventional to do something that may be seen as unconventional because this is where I know my path lies. It feels like up until then it's cloudy, I don't know, this, that, the other thing, but then it's like, it's sort of like God just kind of taps you on your head and goes, here it is. See this? This is what it is. Now, the Eight of Cups, the card of leaving behind something which is unfulfilling or simply has run its path, does imply that you're choosing a new path, even if you're not exactly sure where it's going to lead. Because this person has turned their back on whatever the cups represent, dressed for travel, has the walking stick, hat on, surveying the horizon, maybe not quite sure exactly of the landscape he or she is going into, but definitely turning her back on what was. So it looks like many of you, because of some kind of epiphany or realization, end up choosing something new. Clarify the Knight of Wands, and I think it happens quite quickly, and as soon as you get that wake-up call, you're like, boom, off and running. Clarify the Knight of Wands. Death and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I think God's spirit angels, guides do tap you on your head, because the Wheel of Fortune is divine timing and orchestration, and death is final endings, clearing out. Rebirth happens after that. It's like a whole new path. It feels like, I don't know, is this or not? What if I do this and that? And what if I don't do this and that? Blah, blah, blah. And I don't know exactly what the right thing is. And all of a sudden, you know, you're kind of tapped on the head and you can see it all. It becomes blindingly clear. Well, not blindingly, actually the opposite of blindingly. It becomes super crystal clear. And you're like, okay, that's it. I'm ending this. I'm finishing this once and for all. I'm leaving and I'm moving off on a new path. Usually I can pick up some sense of what area of life it's in for the majority of who's watching. I can't do that here. It could quite literally be anything. But it's something pretty significant and something life path changing, because it's something that it feels like the majority of you do end up turning your back on and moving off into something new, completely new. So let's end with pulling some advice and guidance cards for Libra for the first half of January 2022. So for those of you who still feel kind of muddled about it the first week, end of the year, beginning of the new year, don't worry. It's going to become, I think, quite clear. Let's see what Spirit says. The Magician, he's the manifester. He knows how to make what's in his head and his heart manifest into physical reality by setting his goals, combining his life experience, wisdom, knowledge, tools, experience, resources, and doing the hard work to actually make something happen. This is a card that says you have everything that you need in order to manifest whatever it is that you want. Not to say it'll be easy. It is often difficult to kind of wrap things up and end things once and for all, especially if it goes against something conventional. You often get a lot of, you know, naysayers or people going, what are you doing? Are you nuts? You know, giving this up or walking? Are you crazy? You know, but you do. The Page of Pentacles and the Empress. This is starting off on a brand new path, as pages are. Learning everything that you need in order to put something together, in order to give birth to something new, because the Empress is about new beginnings. It's the green light for starting new things. It says the time is right, the season is right, because it's a card of fertility. You know, it's a card of abundance. It's a card of planting seeds so that you can grow a beautiful, abundant thing that you can harvest and have everything that you want. So this is about kind of starting on that path. So there's every indication here, Libra, that Spirit supports laying something to rest and beginning a new path, planting the seeds for that so that you can begin to grow something new, because the Empress is fertility and giving birth, whether it's literal physical giving birth, you know, but it represents giving birth to something which will become a full and bounteous harvest, like that Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Beautiful reading. So again, don't worry too much. Don't stress too much. I think it will become clear. It's obvious that for many of you, it's going to become crystal clear what you need to do, the path you need to do. And for many of you, that's closing out the old and starting off on something brand new and fresh, which Spirit really likes to kind of help us do as we move into a new year. So those are your messages, Libra, for the first half of January 2022. I hope they were useful. Again, if this resonates with you enough that you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. You see that email address by clicking on the description link below. Take care, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's and transition into the new year. And I will see you in a couple of weeks for the January mid-month readings. Hope to see you back here again then. Take care. Bye-bye.